He was once the kingmaker, now he's the cautionary tale. From Grammy winners to billion-dollar moguls, these 5 celebrities had once stood shoulder to shoulder with Diddy until the lawsuits hit. One of them deleted every trace of him. The last one? He might testify. Who would you cut ties with if a scandal hit your inner circle? Drop a name in the comments, no filters, just honesty. From brother to business ghost. It wasn't just music, it was empire building. Jay-Z and Diddy were the blueprint for hip-hop wealth. 2 moguls who turned street hustle into Forbes lists. They toasted at billionaire brunches, co-signed each other's brands, and threw lavish parties that made headlines. Diddy once said, "Me and Jay, we're like kings." But when the lawsuits hit and the feds came knocking, Jay vanished. No public defense. No subtle support. Not even a stay strong on social. Their joint ventures? Silent. And the Roc Nation x Bad Boy collaborations? Quietly shelved. In this business, silence is never neutral. According to insiders, Jay-Z distanced himself immediately after federal agents searched Diddy's homes. The risk? Too great. His billion-dollar empire is built on clean optics, tight control, and zero courtroom drama. When a scandal hits, power players pivot fast. Takeaway: aligning with legends doesn't mean syncing with them. Jay-Z's move was surgical, quiet, calculated, and absolutely intentional. 50 Cent, the petty prophet who called it early. For years, people laughed off 50 Cent's trolling. But now, he looks like a prophet in sneakers. He joked that Diddy threw sus parties. He teased him for being too close to young artists. He even warned fans to stay away from them parties. At the time, just more 50 antics. Now, it reads like a trailer for the lawsuits. When Diddy's scandal erupted, 50 amplified it. He posted leaked court docs. He mocked Diddy's legal team. He even launched merch with cryptic captions like, "Told you so." Petty turned into powerful branding. His posts went viral. His follower count spiked. And instead of distancing, 50 doubled down, rebranding himself as the truth teller nobody listened to. Takeaway: sometimes the loudest voice in the room is right, just too early. In this case, 50's trolling aged like prophecy. Usher, Vegas show, silent fallout. The parties were legendary. But now, they're PR nightmares. Usher and Diddy weren't just collaborators, they were close friends. From private jets to New Year's blowouts, they partied like royalty. But after Cassie's lawsuit named specific party incidents, Usher started fading into the shadows. His publicists stopped mentioning Diddy. His team pulled old interviews. And suddenly, every question about their friendship got deflected. Protect the residency, protect the brand. Usher's multi-million-dollar Las Vegas show is a polished machine, squeaky clean image, high-paying sponsors, zero controversy. So when the lawsuits linked Diddy's lifestyle to abuse and manipulation, Usher had to choose between loyalty and legacy. He chose the stage lights. Takeaway: reputation in Vegas is everything. For Usher, distance wasn't personal, it was survival. DJ Khaled, loyalty ends at reputation. It was all "we the best" and motivational vibes until Diddy got raided. DJ Khaled and Diddy were inseparable on social media. Poolside selfies, studio sessions, business brunches. Khaled even called Diddy "my brother for life." But when federal agents stormed Diddy's properties, Khaled hit mute. No more posts. No tags. No shoutouts. It was like Diddy got deleted. This wasn't shade, it was strategy. According to one insider, Khaled's PR team advised a full social detox. Too much brand risk. Too many unanswered questions. Khaled may preach positivity, but he's not about to sink his empire over someone else's scandals. Takeaway: in an era of receipts, silence speaks volumes. Khaled's move was self-preservation disguised as no comment. Kanye West from Power Dinner to complete erasure. They prayed together. They cried together. Now, they don't even acknowledge each other. You once called Diddy a spiritual guide, someone who understood his battles with fame, power, and God. And Diddy defended you when most of Hollywood went silent during his public meltdowns. They were more than friends, they were brothers in chaos. Then came the scandal. And you vanished from the picture. Weeks before federal raids on Diddy's homes, paparazzi caught you leaving Diddy's LA mansion. Internet sleuths went wild. Was he involved? Did he know something? His team went full shutdown, no statements, no clarifications. In silence, suspicion grows louder. Since then, you have scrubbed Diddy from his narrative. Even during recent interviews about his spiritual awakening, there's no mention of his former mentor. For someone so unapologetically vocal, his silence is deafening. Takeaway: in Scandal, loyalty gets expensive and Ye isn't buying. Cassie, the lawsuit that opened the floodgates. She was once his protege. Now she's the catalyst of his collapse. Cassie's lawsuit didn't just make headlines, it ripped the lid off Diddy's carefully curated public image. Her claims of abuse, coercion, and manipulation weren't just shocking, they were specific, detailed, and deeply personal. Within days of her filing, more lawsuits followed. And suddenly, silence turned into a storm. One voice can shake an empire. Cassie's bravery gave others permission to speak. And while she's not a household name like Ye or Jay-Z, her decision had the biggest impact. She lit the match, and the dominoes are still falling. Takeaway: truth from the margins can be more powerful than fame at the center. Steve Harvey, family friend, corporate risk. Steve Harvey built his brand on laughter, faith, and mentorship. Diddy checked all three boxes until he didn't. For years, Steve called Diddy a brother in business. They sat on panels together, exchanged life advice, even mentored younger Black entrepreneurs side by side. But as Diddy's scandals exploded, Steve's team initiated a quiet, strategic retreat. No more reposts. No public statements. No future events. Loyalty doesn't override liability. Behind the scenes, sources say Harvey's PR team canceled upcoming appearances involving Diddy-affiliated figures. He's even avoided naming Diddy on his radio show or in his motivational talks, a clear break from his usual transparency. Takeaway: in Hollywood, friendship ends where legal exposure begins. Jennifer Lopez, the quiet rewriting of history. Once upon a time, they were the it couple, J. Lo and Diddy, red carpets ablaze, club nights immortalized by paparazzi. But in 2024, you'd never know they dated. Jennifer Lopez hasn't said a word about Diddy since the lawsuits broke. Not one. Even her new Netflix documentary about her love life and music career carefully skips over their chapter. That's not a coincidence. That's a redaction. Silence is sometimes the loudest statement. According to documentary crew insiders, J. Lo's team removed multiple segments that included Diddy entirely. A full decade of her life, snipped, reframed, gone. Takeaway: when your brand is your legacy, editing the past becomes damage control. Scandals don't just sink reputations, they test alliances. One by one, Diddy's inner circle made their choices. Some vanished. Some distanced. A few turned their silence into statements. But the bigger question is this: who's next? The lawsuits haven't stopped. The investigations are still unfolding. And every day, new names surface from Diddy's orbit. Old clips. Old connections. New consequences. In fame, loyalty is loud until the headlines get louder. Want the full timeline of how this empire unraveled? You'll see how the whispers became subpoenas and how hip-hop's power player became its most radioactive name. This video is for entertainment and informational purposes only. It does not constitute legal or professional advice. Always consult a qualified expert.